Oun Abbas Hussain here for Seconds Out, here with Michael Ramabeletsa. Michael, 5 weeks here. Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur, you're fighting on the undercard against Chris Bourke. How are you feeling? How's things coming into camp into this week?
You know, I'm feeling great. I can't complain. I'm feeling amazing and exciting. That's everything. I'm excited. This is just fight is happening now, finally.
Picked a good, tough opponent, Chris Bourke. Last time he fought Ramez Mahmoud on the Joe Joyce Wallish card on BT Sport. He seems to be the performer of the night. Yourself, you've been around the sport for a long time. What do you make of Chris?
Chris is a good boxer. You know, I can't say anything bad. I've seen he's a good prospect. You know, I think he'll become a champion after this fight. He'll have experience and then he'll grow and become a champion. But on this time, I believe it's my time, no matter what.
It's your time. Let's talk about your time then. You've been around for a long time, and it's been a situation where, you know, there's been a lot of names thrown out for your fights and never actually taken place. Before you now beating Chris on Saturday night, where does that sort of put you?
Hopefully it will put me on top of the world, where I belong, which is, like I said before, it's just a matter of time. And, you know, at the minute, I don't want to talk further from what I'm looking for. You know, I need to deal with Chris first, and then hopefully after the fight, then we'll get the big fights that we're chasing.
There's a tag that gets thrown out when your name gets mentioned. You're one that, you know, you're an avoided fighter. Do you believe that a lot of people do avoid you?
I don't want to say that, but obviously I don't get the fights. I mean, lot of fighters they've been pulling out, and just a lot been happening. So it is what it is. They know. I can't really say that because they know the reason why maybe they're not taking the fights. But I don't want to say anything bad about it. They've got their own reasons.
Fights that haven't happened, and a fight that a name that was mentioned obviously was Shahbaz Massoud, a fight that I'm sure fight fans would have liked. Do you know what happened, why that fight didn't actually come to fruition?
I'm not too sure actually. Probably maybe Shahbaz knows the truth, so that's the only person probably can answer that. I'm not too sure. I don't really. All this I just leave it to my manager to deal with it. The rest of the things I only leave it to my manager and to deal with it. You know, it's a long story to get on there.
Your manager's there, right?
Yeah, yes, my manager.
So, Kev, let me just quickly chat to you. This is your manager, Kev Murray. People must know him from up north, well-established manager. But Kev, obviously, there's a lot of talk before this fight in regards to the fight with Shahbaz Massoud. He's not fighting. Your fight is fighting Chris Bourke instead. Just what happened with the whole situation there?
It's hard for us to say because we can only go off what we know on our side. We wanted the Shahbaz Massoud fight. He's a great fighter. I think Shahbaz probably wants to fight as well, but for whatever reason it didn't get over the line on their side. I don't know why that was. And the Chris Bourke fight was put forward and that was all agreed. And we're really happy with that. You know, it's a great fight. And I'm sure the winner will fight Shahbaz next. You know, I'm sure he wants to fight. I don't know what's happened on the other side with his team, why they didn't sign or why they didn't take the fight. That's totally their business. I don't understand that. We had to secure a fight for Michael. We've done that. We've got a fantastic opponent in Chris Bourke, who in my opinion is a more difficult operator. So yeah, we wish Shahbaz all the best and hopefully we'll see him in the next fight.
How hard is it getting your man fights? Because, you know, there seems to be a lot of pullouts when it comes to fighting him.
Impossible. If we didn't have the English title, we wouldn't get a fight. It's as simple as that. Michael's the absolute who needs him club. You know, we all know on the circuit how good Michael is. Behind the scenes, everyone who spars him, I get phone calls all the time off managers saying, can Michael come and spar my kid? Because they want him to have that development of Michael's experience and how good he actually is. When it comes to having a fight with Michael, absolutely nobody wants to fight him. Michael, unfortunately, has had fights where he's had to take fights at 1, 2 days, 3 days notice. We've now got Mike in the position where I've said to Mike, you keep winning, we'll keep getting the opportunities. His last 3 fights, he's beaten 9-0, 8-0, 7-0. We're going again. He knows if he wins this fight, next year is going to be absolutely massive. If he loses, we're looking at getting a job next year. It really is as simple as that. I don't want to put pressure on him. We've had these conversations. That's just a realistic fact of where we are in the sport at the moment with Michael's age, with his everything that he brings to the table. Saturday is Michael's opportunity. He's wanted all his career. He's got to go out and take it. Simple as that.
Cool. Good luck on Saturday. Before I let you guys go, last weekend Daniel Dubois fought Joe Joyce. After that fight, a lot of people on social media, certain fighters, have labelled that Daniel Dubois a quitter. First of all, Michael, as a fighter yourself, when you see what happened to Daniel, and when you see the reaction afterwards, what goes through your mind?
Actually, the thing is, people who they don't really know boxing inside. I mean, those people who are just watching boxing, they don't really know how it feels like to be inside. So, I mean, Daniel Dubois is still young, and for him to do that, I think he's done a good job because he can still box, he can still become a champion. So, for him to continue with that eye, we're going to damage him. Probably, maybe could be the end of his career. So, really, what he's done, that was absolutely a good decision.
Kev, what do you make of that when people all of a sudden say, all right, this guy's a quitter? That label sticks. We've seen with Cal Brook when he fought Golovkin, the same thing happened, and people said, you know what, he quit. And even to this day, you know, people refer back to that. It seems to be a bit of a toxic terminology that's used in boxing, but what do you make of it?
It's madness, and it'll all be forgotten in his next fight. He'll come back and win. It'll be forgotten about, and rightly so. It's a bizarre thing that boxing is a sport where it can't just be a sport. Everyone feels like they've got to be sort of Manuel macho. So people come on the internet and say, "I wouldn't have done that. He's a quitter. He wouldn't have done." We don't know what would have happened. In any situation in a boxing ring, we'll never know when a fighter decides that's enough for him. So Dubois could have gone back against the ropes, put his hands up, waited for the referee to stop it, and we wouldn't have spoke about this. He took a sensible decision where he thought, "I need to get my senses about me here. We don't know what's going on with that eye. If it's nerve damage, it'll have been like being shot every time he was hitting the eye." So he takes a knee, the absolute sensible decision for a young fighter to do that. I have no doubt that Martin would have pulled him out at the end of that round anyway. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. He'll go on, he'll win his next fight. Look at Ohio Davis. They all said against Josh Taylor he quit. He's gone and had the best part of his career and he's doing fantastic. Listen, live to fight another day. It's a sport. Just keep these boys healthy, keep them moving. Forget about it in his next fight.
Cool. Kev, Michael, I know Saturdays was something that you guys were looking forward to for a long time. It is here now. So good luck to both of you guys, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.